Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is Alex. If you've clicked on this video, it's because you're looking to learn about this one book that has made me over $19,892 on Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing platform. This book has gone over on the Audible side of the business and has done over $60,000. Now, this is the exception to the rule. Most of the books that I publish do 3,000 to 5,000, but what I want to show you is a couple of things in this video, and I want you to stick to the end because I'm going to reveal to you what niche this book is in. So if you're interested in publishing in this niche, watch it to the end. If you're interested in getting into this type of business, then watch to the end, because I'm also going to cover why this passive income stream, which is typical as you publish more and more books, is very important in today's age. The reason being is of inflation, the reason being that the dollar is going down. So what you want to do is actually protect your dollar from devaluing. So stick to the end. I'm going to show you a couple of examples and how this book has produced, and I'm going to show you proof like I always do, and let's get right into it. All right, so let's get right into it. Again, full disclosure here, this channel is for educational purposes. What you're about to learn in this channel, in this video, is not typical. You know, you can do this, you might not be able to do this. This is not guaranteed. I've been able to produce remarkable results, and therefore, it's up to you for you to produce your own results. So having that said, let's get the proof out of the way. If you take a look at this book here that I'm showing, it's exactly $19,892.96. I've sold in print on demand, over 2,960 copies. I've sold ebook form 1,314. Now, this is just one platform. This is not accounting for the sales in Ingram Spark. This is not counting for the sales on audible.com. Like I've mentioned, this book here has done over 60,000. I will show you a clip. Maybe it's done 70,000, maybe it's done 80,000. If you look on my YouTube channel, I will post a link below here in the description so you could watch that video and you can see proof of what this book has gone to do. Now, for those of you who are new to me in this channel, my name is Alex. I have done multiple six figures in self-publishing. I do not write books. I'm not an author. I hire ghostwriters. I hire writers to write books that I tell them to write about. The only thing I have mastered is knowing what people are looking to buy, where the traffic is, what people are searching for, and I produce for them what they're looking for. I solve a problem. That's what I've learned to do. I'm actually a registered nurse. Again, if you look through my channel, you will see this. I'm a registered nurse. I am still in school working on my doctorate program. I travel throughout the country as a travel nurse, but I have a passion for developing digital assets. I have a passion for passive income. I have a passion for learning and continuing to make money. So in this video, I'm going to show you this book that you just saw the proof for. I'm going to show you what that process is like, that anyone can do this, because I don't have the time to write books. I'm not a writer. I do a lot of writing for school, but not for this type of writing. So it's a very simple concept to understand, but most people are not going to execute. So let's get into one of the first reasons why I find this business model of passive income and creating digital books very important, and why you should also feel that building digital assets and passive income should be as important to you. Let's get into that next. All right, so let's talk about why publishing and why this $19,000 profit on this book is so important. Because it's not like it's 100,000. It's not like if it's 200,000. It's just 19,000. But 19,000 can certainly turn into $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 of profit, like it has done for me. And some of the big insights I can share with you today is I get emails all the time from people asking me if self-publishing is oversaturated, if the trend has ended. So Let's start off by discussing Amazon, right? We're selling books on Amazon, which is the leader in online sales and in book sales in the country. So let's look at this research report here, and I want to point out to you a couple of very interesting things that you should consider when you're thinking about this business, or if you're thinking about quitting publishing, or if you haven't really made a lot of money yet. First of all, we see that 2 years ago, 2019, the number of self-published titles reached 1.7 million. That's almost half of the 4 million titles published. So we're not oversaturated. We're trending up, but it's definitely not oversaturated. The most interesting part about this report is that look what they found. All that supply is making it increasingly difficult for books to attract attention. The average title now sells 200 copies in 1 year and 1,000 over its lifetime, according to this study. Now, that's bad for people who have to, use big publishing companies that, eat up all their profits and have to market so much. For people like myself, people like you who self-publish and use ghostwriters, 200 sales and 1,000 sales over the lifetime generates to hundreds of thousands of dollars if you become a prolific publisher like I have. And that's what I want to teach you today. You have to look at the data. You have to look at the numbers. I teach people all the time and not to think that this is a one book, home run, top 10 type of thing. This is a business where you have to publish prolifically, which means you have to continue to publish. The numbers will play out. So let's look at the numbers and see, based on what you're seeing, this is what I have seen in my business, that even if you only sell 200 books in that 1 year, even if you sell 500 books in the lifetime, you are on your way to becoming self-made. You're becoming, creating a platform where you have continuous passive income like I have built. Let me show you the numbers, what this means based on these numbers here. Let's go back to my back office. All right, guys, so we're back in my back office. I'm covering up the titles of the books on this left-hand side here, obviously. But we're back here, as you can see, the 19,892 on the sales for this book, and then there's 11,800 on the sale of this book, and I sold in print on demand, 1,769. Right below here, this book has made over close to 10,000, only sold 1,398 copies. So let's get into the numbers and the statistics we just went over and why this is so important. Let me tie this all together for you. Here's the title of this video, 19,892, and here's the book. Now, this book has done well above what the averages say, that in the lifetime a book will sell 1,000 copies, right? I've sold over 2,960 copies. And as we get lower, you're going to see lower sales here. And look at this book here. It's only sold 400 copies, and I've made close to $10,000. This book has only sold 17 copies, and I sold over 6,000, but this has to do with Amazon's reading program, so it doesn't apply to our example. Now, this book here, I sold only 300 copies, 365, and I've made over 6,000. Now, why is that a big deal? Well, it's a big deal because if you only invested $300 to $500, let's say even $600 for a book, and you've more than doubled your money, as you can see in my examples, then you're doing a couple of things for yourself. You have created a piece of real estate, right? These books for me are on the largest platform in our country, in the world, right? Because my books not only sell in the US, they sell in Spain, in France, in the UK, in Australia. People get to order these books all over the world. Print on demand, by the way. They also sit in some of the major outlets like in Walmart and Target. They also are able to be downloaded onto phones, and that's what you see the sales here, where you see sale royalties. So this book has done in ebook form over $2,000. This book has done over $1,000 in ebook form, right? So why is that a big deal? Well, you know, at first, when you first try to start to make money online, everybody talks about making $10,000 a month. But when you really start to make money, then you have another problem. You have to figure out what you're going to do with your cash. And when you start doing a deep dive on what to do with your cash, you have to figure out, you have to do something with it, because your cash, the US dollar, is devaluing at a rapid pace. Inflation is really creeping in. Although the stock market is high, the real estate market is high, your cash is losing value. So you have to put it to work. If not, all this great money that you're making is going to buy less merchandise in the future. So back to this example here. Now we're back here. If you're able to reinvest in your business, if you're able to build digital assets like this book, like audiobooks, your money is going to double and triple and quadruple, and it's going to grow. It's going to beat inflation. And that's one of the major reasons why I love this business model, because you're not going to have to write a book. You're going to order a book from a ghostwriter. They're going to write it for you. You're going to have your cover design, and you're going to upload it, and the book is going to sit there, and it's going to be driven by ads from Amazon. It's going to be driven by organic keywords, and eventually it's going to do its sales, because your books are sitting in the #1 platform in the country. Now, let's take this a step further. Let me show you next the fact of what a book costs to be written. This is not a major thing. So let me show you that next, so you can see this is doable for those of you who are looking to do something with your money. This is doable for those of you who don't have any money and you need to build some type of business that you don't have to work 24/7 to maintain. Let me show you that next. All right, so I want to show you how much it costs to have a book written for you. If you're new to this and most people don't even know that this is a possibility. So a lot of books out there are written by ghostwriters, and there's a confidentiality contract, and you transfer, money to a person that writes the book for you, and then you own the rights to the book. Then this ghostwriter can never say he wrote the book. He can never claim any royalties to the book, and you own the book. A lot of famous people do this. A lot of people co-author a book with a ghostwriter. This is very common. If you look, I'm involved now in other businesses that require content creation, because it's all about content, right? So I have writers that create content for me, and this becomes digital cash. This becomes value in the marketplace. This is the same concept in books. So I'm going to give you an example here. I'm going to go to 3 different websites so you could check them out, and you could do this yourself. You could price up books. So the first one, and I've ordered from all of these companies I'm going to show you here. The first one is eWriter Solution, eWritersolutions.com. You go there, and I quickly did this already because I didn't want to waste time in showing you this, but I priced out a 30,000 word book. And when you come down all the way to the bottom, you'll see that there's 2 books on here. I don't want to give you the wrong impression. So a 30,000 technical word book, which is like a book on stocks, trading, stuff like that, something technical, would run about $980. A non-technical book, let's go back to here, a basic book, let's say like a cookbook, 30,000 words, you're looking at a total cost of about $860. I'll take you to another website. This is the Urban Writers, the urbanwriters.com. I've also ordered books from here. If we pick a 30,000 word book, as you can see right here, 30,000 word count book, and this is a regular book, this is not a technical book, $987, right? But I want to show you something. I want to show you something else that happens very frequently. So you do have to have multiple sources of where to get books from, because this often happens with all writing companies. Let's say I want to order a book, and I select here their package, right? and I'm going to select 30,000 words. 30,000 words, and then I'm going to select business. Look at this message. We currently have a delay for finance and tech content. So this happens quite a bit where you try to order books if you're trying to scale, and companies cannot meet the capacity because there's so much demand for the writing. Now, the third company is mine. It's ipublishghostwriters.com. That's the name of my channel. That's the name of my business. I developed book services because of what I just exactly showed you. You were, I had months where I ordered $20,000, $30,000 worth of books, and these companies couldn't, fulfill my orders because they didn't have the capacity. So when I developed my course on how to do this, I wanted to reduce the cost for my students, and I didn't want them to encounter this problem, which they did. So I developed book services. If you go to my website, click on book services, and it'll bring you to the same type of ordering page where you could order books. Now, you can order books from my website or you may not. It doesn't really matter, but I want to show you that there are options for you, whether you order from me or you order from somebody else. This is doable for you. So let me show you mine as well, so you get a feel. You go to full services premium, and you're going to select 30,000 words. So 30,000 words. Book length, we'll say 30,000. You could order images or whatnot. And my services for 30,000 words is $600. A lot less than some of these. And that's it. So not a big deal. You order your book, you submit to the writing companies an outline that you can develop yourself, or you could just simply say, grab a link from one of the books that you, in a niche that you want to write in, and you send the link to the writers, and say, hey, I want a book developed like this. And you give the book a pen name, you give the book a title, and that's basically the process. Once you have your book, you could upload it to Amazon, you could upload it to Ingram Spark, other platforms. You can convert the book to an audio format, and you could squeeze a lot more money than what we have discussed today. So the one book I showed you today has done close to $100,000. That's the exception to the rule, but most of the books will do thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in their lifetime, making the investment of $600, $900 doable for anyone. All right, guys, thank you for watching till the end. And for those of you who watched till the end, I'm going to show you what niche this book is in, and I'm going to show you the title of this book. I'm going to show you part of the title. So here you go. This book is a psychology book. The main title is Manipulation, as you can see, Manipulation Techniques. And this book is only 15,000 words. 15,000 words, which we could write you a book for 15,000 words for $300. So that is it. I have published many books on the site on the topic of psychology, and as you can see, this is a very good book that has produced lots of money for a $300 and something investment. I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.